I usually have an answer to the question, but this time I'm gonna be quiet. Quiet. This time, ain't nothing like the feeling of uncertainty, the hearing.
What is going on, YouTube? xSerena here, back again with yet another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links metagame breakdown. I think this is episode 20. I do apologize for not really doing these as frequently as I kind of used to. I mainly just wanted to slow down on these, mainly because I didn't want like my entire channel just to be based around metagame breakdowns. I wanted to do videos on other things, like other things in the game going on. So yeah, I did take a short break from this, but I do plan to be back with this. I think maybe I'll do it every other week. I think I will do that. Cause or like when, and then do them frequently when new sets release. So yeah, the new box has been out for about a week, I want to say, and the meta is definitely something, as we will see right now. Tier 0, we have Therion. Is it surprising? No. The deck is so good. They have a near unbreakable board with the normal version, and then they also have an FTK, which they can also do. So yeah, it also insulates itself from hand traps because Regulus is a thing. But yeah, this deck I think is just going to still be best deck until, I don't know, until they do something with dragluxion. Why that card is still legal, I don't know. But yeah, you either play Therion or you play Floodgates to beat Therion, or you are FTK. And Therion can also FTK as well, because there's a FTK dealing with Fiend Eagle, the other Raid Raptor rank 6, and then you burn with Gustav Max to finish them off. And they're insulated from hand traps because Regulus is a thing. That's nice, I guess, but the Therion skill is just so good. And also, they can, since this Therion skill is so good and there's like no locks on it, they can play Sphere Mode, they can also play Lava Golem, they can also play Valence Field spells as it puts a card on your field, so it also triggers the second part of their skill. Now, there's multiple versions of ways to play Therion. You play FTK, you play the normal version, you can play with Necro Valley, and you can play with Ophion. Personally, myself, I've been playing the Necro Valley version. I've been liking that a lot because Planet Pathfinder can also get get the Therion Field spell, and then I can use a Therion Field spell and then start playing. Let's say if I open a brick hand with just like 7 Tachyon or just that. And Therion doesn't need its normal, so yeah. It's just so strong. The end board you can end on. Alright, let me remember this correctly. You can end on Hope Harbinger, Photon Lord, with Transmigration set. So since Photon Lord is a Galaxy Eyes, it also enables Transmigration. You also have Regulus, and you also have Teardrop Rika. So that's almost about 4 to 5 interactions. That's 5 interactions. Plus, let's say if you have Therion Cross in the mix as well, that's about 6. So your opponent drawing the out to this is very, very low. They really need to draw Sphere Mode or Lava Golem. And yeah, next we have Tier 2 Destiny Heroes. Now, the new Destiny Heroes Starve, I think is pretty good. I think it's quite good. But guess what? Another FTK, as it can hand loop you with the Disturbance Strategy and Droll. Why haven't they done anything to Disturbance Strategy or Droll? I don't know. But I do hope that they do. Droll really is just a war crime card in any format it's in. It's a war crime in Master Duel. It's a war crime in TCG, OCG, Genesis format. That's like one of the main reasons why I like Genesis, because Droll is like completely unplayable there. But and then even then, if you can stop their FTK, I mean the Disturbance Strategy, they can just set up a board with Plasma and like DPE, and like that's enough to still hurt the deck. Like your opponent needs to draw the out, and like D-Force also protects you because the skill gives you a copy, and they can't target the cards you control with card effects as long as you control Plasma. So they can't target DPE with like stuff like like Valor or whatnot, or CC, whatever, which is actually pretty nice. I don't really have much to say about this deck. There's also draw hand. So yeah, this KC Cup that we're going into in about a few days from now is just going to be a FTK fest. Or just making unbreakable boards and making a pseudo FTK to where your opponent can't play. Like has a Therion just yeah. And then tier 3 you have Eldritch. Eldritch can counter Therion. I swear Eldritch is always that one deck that can just counter everything and just comes in and out of the meta. If you remember in my video that I made on Eldritch, I said that you can set any floodgate from deck, as you can set up Tyrant's Tirade or Mind Drain, which also counters Therion. DD Crow also does counter them, so Eldritch can play it, and Lava Golem because they don't need a normal summon. So, yeah, it should. The only issue is that Eldritch is just weak to Destiny Hero. That's really it. But yeah, then we have the high potential. We have Tachyon with the Power of All Creation, as Power of All Creation skill can search any card in the deck. You can search any card in the deck. So, Tyrant's Tirade. And then it also does the dragluxion stuff. I just really hope that they hit it. Like, a lot of people are saying they're not going to hit the rank 8 package because they're trying to get people to buy a Horus. But, like, do you even need Horus at this point? Like, these other decks are playing well and fine without Horus, it's looking like. But yeah, it's definitely a scary deck, but has no answers to an FTKs. You need to play hand traps to stop those, and you'd rather play board breakers because of the skill, as you want to go second. And then off the tier list, let's count the decks. Trap Tricks, Beat Trooper, Galaxy Eyes, Gimmick Puppet, Punk, Shaddoll, and Flu Wanderees. 7 decks off the tier list. So that means we really only have 4 decks on the tier list right now, which is not good. Yeah, Gimmick Puppet. Well, the Gimmick Trap Trick Gimmick Puppet Beat Trooper just gets OTK'd by the Therion engine. Their turn 2 could potentially break a full board, but considering FTKs and floodgates, there's no reason to play it. Galaxy Eyes, Punk, and Red Eyes are another Tachyon slot package, but they're significantly worse. And then Shaddoll is the only deck that stands a chance here, because its turn 1 is both unbeatable by both Therion and Destiny Hero. Also, it has an almost auto-win matchup against Eldritch. However, the limited tech space makes this deck basically unable to go second both against Therion and Destiny Hero, and also lose it to Droplet, which is still being played by some people. So yeah, if you still do have these decks and like you just didn't invest in new box, you could obviously do fine in ladder, but like stage 2 and KC, I think is going to be near impossible unless you draw the God hands every game. Galaxy Eyes, the whole Tachyon slop decks, what's the point of even playing them when Therion exists? Like, really, what's the point? There's no point in playing it. Honestly, my video on the box saying that the box kind of sucks, first it aged poorly, then it aged well because of right now. It really has. And after that, there was just a mention of Dinos, as Dinos can still FTK with Superconductor Tyranno, which is kind of funny. Even after all that, after they hit the other Dino FTK revolving the Makura skill, but that was still possible, so maybe they'll hit them after KC. I do see it happening. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the tiers. The comments are definitely not that good. Yeah, thank goodness for Rush and character deck duels in the game. Well, Rush has its own problems. It's literally in the same heroes, the same best deck for the past 8 months, so I wouldn't say that's any better. But character deck duels, honestly, just go ahead and play character deck duels if you're not liking this meta. Because, fuck, dude, I do have hope after KC they will hit it. People are coping for an emergency ban list, but I don't think that'll happen. I think they're going to wait until after KC, and at least Konami has a fairly decent track record with hitting FTKs as of late. So, yeah, this ban list has to be a big one. It has to be a big one, hitting the FTKs and the dragluxion package. Some people are saying hit Sphere Mode and Lava Golem. In my opinion, they're not the issue. The real issue here is unbreakable boards and some of these ungodly, some of these just Yeah, pretty much just these unbreakable boards. Like if you hit the unbreakable boards down quite a peg, no one other than maybe Raw and like Nouvelle and just bad players are gonna still run lava in sphere mode. Like, yeah, they're not the issue to me, and kaijus aren't the issue. These unbreakable boards and just generic ass boss monsters that are coming unlimited, by the way, are the issue. Like, why did Photon Lord come unlimited? Who knows? But yeah, that's pretty much it of the metagame breakdown. Sucks that there was no mention of ABC. I do think that deck is solid, but it's just not good enough when the two best decks are fucking FTK decks. Yeah, fun and engaging gameplay, but let me know your thoughts on all this down below. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that. Follow me on Twitch. Join the Discord. And yeah, guys, my name's xSerena. And I'm out. See ya. Peace.
Hold up, 777. Hold this bitch back like I'm double heaven. Hold up, triple deuces. Hold this bitch up, we got all the juices. Hold up, speak to heaven. Eat that by my mama, demon made it. Me body chill, at least try one bite. My dog,